What's up, everyone? My name is Lance. I build AI apps with zero coding background. I'm going to document the whole thing on this channel with all my different apps that we have. We currently are working on 4. I'm going to document the wins, the disasters, and today the app we're going to be talking about is called LaunchLens. Currently, it makes $548 a month. At its peak, it was making around $1,200, but that's honestly not even the scariest number that we'll cover today. The biggest issue is that we're losing a third of our customers every single month. So let me show you the whole thing and kind of break down where we're at. So let's go to our live Stripe database here, or our Stripe account. So Stripe is integrated into LaunchLens. And I kind of want to break down everything that you see here on the peak that you'll see versus where we're at today. So as you can see, pre-February, we were at $0. We were still developing. To be honest, I just didn't have a good wrap of how to market anything. Stuff like that. So we kind of grew pretty quickly, in my opinion, from never doing this before. Now there's other apps that just take off, but this one has been kind of a slow kind of build up. But so July, or here you'll see on January 24th, we're at 0. We ended up getting to a max on March 7th of $1,252, which was a really good feeling at the time. And now, as you can see, we're on a downward trajectory, currently sitting at $548 a month. So I'm going to break down both of how we got to the 1252 so you all can kind of understand what we're doing, and then why I feel like we're at 548, and then kind of some of the things that I'm trying to implement or doing more research on to, slow this chart down, or even hopefully get us back to a point where we're at 1200 again, or even beyond that. Okay, so now I feel like I need to show you a little bit what LaunchLens is. So LaunchLens, it's AI thumbnails essentially for gaming creators. On screen right now, I don't have a gaming one, but really, like, we're trying to start in the gaming niche. It will work with any niche essentially, but the number one driver of our tool has been the Studio app. It's essentially a full thumbnail AI studio app that you'll be able to, use references of other YouTubers, or if you want to upload your own assets, and have a plethora of tools and things like that that you can do to edit thumbnails. So back in January, kind of how we got to where we're at, we had a lot of videos kind of go semi what I would call viral for especially my platform, just out of nowhere. We were testing like different formats on TikTok and other social medias. And so this is really where the growth came, from that 0 to that 1200. We had massive spikes. As you can see in the last year, we've not really done a lot of views prior to this, and then we have this massive spike, and now we kind of have a consistent bubble of kind of what's going on. And so that's where we have massive growth. I feel like we jumped to the 1252 because of this. We had a lot of users coming in, getting subscriptions, testing it. But to be honest, at the time, I don't think the platform was like 100% ready for like that amount. We're having a little bit of issues with some API accesses, and me just not really being knowledgeable 100% into what we were kind of dealing with at the time. So I think a lot of it is naturally, one, the reason why kind of the drop came was because, or the spike came because of the influx, of course, of a bunch of new users seeing it, searching up LaunchLens and getting the app, testing it, maybe buying a subscription, maybe not feeling like there's enough value there for any aspect of it. And then that's where the spike came from, slash what kind of is leading to some of our drop off. Now, the biggest issue is not really that. It's the fact that over the last, here's 3 months, we can go to 6 months. Again, this is live Stripe, where our churn rate, pretty much a third of our users churn essentially monthly. And so we're having a pretty bad problem with this. And again, I really just think the tool hasn't had enough usage, as in there's not enough value, I think. Now, that might just be wrong, but I don't feel like a lot of other users are showing their churn. This is just to make you aware, this is my first like app where I'm experiencing this much churn, or like in general. And I don't know if it's really the type of creators that we're targeting, because it is gaming creators. And so maybe whether it's they don't post enough or things like that, or my tool, I try to get feedback as much as we can to update it. But we got to definitely get a hold of this and try to lower this down to, at least maybe industry standard. So we've done a lot of things. We're adding new features. We're trying to make the onboarding process better to like allow users to like learn the platform a little bit better. And then trying to just, like I said, add more things that take your subscription farther within the tool or do more things that YouTubers would need to do. So the biggest lesson I think I've learned through this process up to this point is you can get as many users, you can gain a lot of users, because at the time, if we would have, let's say, had 100% subscription rate, we'd be a massive tool and a massive app and one of the best. I feel like just based on the numbers that we were getting of signups. I think in total we got like, I don't remember the exact number, like 14,000 or more total signups, which there's probably apps out there that have a ton more. But for me personally, it would have put us in myself in a spot where it's like, okay, we're somewhere. But the tool or app itself, you got to have like all your leaks fixed also. So like, not what I mean by that is if you can get a user, what is their experience like with the onboarding? What's their experience like? Are they getting enough like usage from the tool? How can you keep them around? How can you kind of keep bringing them back? So that's the biggest thing that I'm learning is more of the retention aspect of this. Like if you can get 100 users, but you can only keep 20 of them, and how long will you keep them is also the second part of that. And again, that might be a really good number. I'm just kind of throwing out there that that's a second issue that I never really thought about. Of course, like as a new creator of tools and apps and things like that, the number one thing is like, will anybody even find this kind of situation? And so I kind of feel like we have that a little bit, but now it's just about giving the users who use our app or our tool the best experience, making sure that we're listening to their, whether it's issues or features that they want added, and then how to keep them long term. So that whether that's more features, whether that's, adjusting pricing or anything like that. So that's just the biggest lesson that I found specifically with this one. Now, my other apps and tools that we're building and that will also be showcased on the channel are going through different things. So it's a lot of lessons that I'm learning in different areas. And so right now, I would say what I'm doing now as to what my number one driver of trying to fix things is more like trying to give back to the community of users and creators that are using the tool. The space I'm in is kind of odd because, of course, like some users don't want to share if they find a good tool like this. Like per se, they think it's a good tool. Why would they share out a tool that's going to help other YouTubers make thumbnails or edit videos or whatever it is? So right now, I feel like I fixed the onboarding. We have a whole new onboarding process for new users. I think it's way better. It pretty much essentially gets you from like a new thumbnail perfectly, not perfect, but what you describe would be perfect. It gives a thumbnail essentially matched to a video that you want to do really fast instead of like having to learn the studio. It's kind of like a wizard, as in like a step-by-step process. So I feel like the onboarding is fixed. We're building a full affiliate referral engine that I feel like is going to benefit the creators themselves who are using the tool. Like they're going to be able to make money. Everyone has to make a thumbnail on YouTube. And then also it's like a partnership between our tool and them. Still adjusting some of the stuff. I showed it on screen here if anybody's interested to check it out. We have a Discord too if you go to the site and want to join and talk or feedback, pointers, anything. I'm open. If you throughout this video, if you have any pointers or anything, please drop them in the comments. So I think that'll do it for this video. If you want to watch a non-coder build real SaaS with AI tools, apps, everything like that, we're going to go over the wins, the train wrecks, me not understanding things, but learning as we go, and then hopefully being able to help teach other new users into this space, using AI to build products that they've always wanted, or to build your own version that you just want to learn and see what you can do. Go ahead and subscribe. But that'll do it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.